Africa has come a long way to make its mark in global economics despite many significant challenges. One such challenge is the high levels of unemployment. A number of youth in the continent have turned to entrepreneurship, creating business ventures that enable them to not only meet their daily needs but also create employment for fellow youth. In 2017, Kwese Inc. put out a call to entrepreneurs across the continent to participate in the inaugural Kwese Go-Getters competition and stand a chance to win $100,000 as well as an extremely rare opportunity of mentorship with Econet founder and group CEO Mr. Strive Masiyiwa. In addition to responding to some test questions, the entrepreneurs were required to submit pitch videos about their business ventures and what makes them eligible beneficiaries for the $100,000 business capital. From 5,000 entries, it has come down to 12. Go-Getters is the largest entrepreneurship contest on the African continent, and it aims to help young entrepreneurs take their business ventures to the next level.
I've always been a solutions person.
At the end of this week, I hope to win.
This time when I got the call that I'm in the finals, I got a bit nervous. I asked myself, I'm really me.
I'm hoping to go and just blow the mind of those judges.
Either you live with business cards, you get connections, or you live the prize money, but the best thing would be to live with both.
Entry Go-Getters competition is going to give me mentorship, make me to meet people with business expertise.
If you're comparing my idea to all other contestants, I feel I have a strong idea and I have a great chance of winning.
Innovation for better Africa!
Go-Getters! Here we come!
Now the 12 finalists are on the final leg towards winning $200,000 to help take their business ventures to the next level.
I'm the founder and the CEO of Agro Marketplace Nigeria Limited, and we have an online agro marketplace where we sell fresh farm produce, agricultural commodities at www.agromerchants.com.
I created iMonitor app, an inventory management app for SMEs across Africa.
My entrepreneurship idea is a training we have for females. So we teach them how to code, how to build websites, mobile applications, and then we connect them to jobs.
And Zelda.com is an e-commerce site where we sell art materials, craft materials, artworks, and related products for people that want to get easy access to art and craft materials.
I'm running a non-profit organization. Yeah, it's named Action of the Future. Our area of intervention span across all area of life. Yeah, namely from education, we have agriculture and livestock, we have environment, we have peace building, and we have health and nutrition.
Our business, it's an online marketplace. We have a platform and it's about buying and selling online.
My business is in the electrical contracting and the fiber optic installations. Because why I chose that industry, because you know in our city in Johannesburg, people that come in Johannesburg in numbers, whether they're coming from outside South Africa, they're coming from the villages in South Africa, so there's a lot of infrastructure people that are coming in Johannesburg.
I formed a company called FNH's Aeronautical and Space Agency, which is into manufacture of critically needed aircraft parts, servicing, maintenance and rebuilding of aircraft. In the future, we also hope to manufacture aircraft from scratch. We also hope to launch satellites, enhance our security systems, and also launch some satellites to enhance the communication systems in Africa.
I buy products, I buy food, I buy vegetables, fruits, nuts, and meat, and I dry it, and then I sell it. Normally what I do is I buy things that are in season, because then they are very cheap. Because you find things are everywhere at the market, the prices are very low. Take them, dry them, and then a little bit later, 2-3 months down the line, the things have run out and the price goes up. I sell them and I get my profit.
What I'm all about is water resource and the purification of water, given the challenges that I faced while growing up and the challenges that we still face as Kenyans and Africans at large. I'm the founder of Antiretroviral Improved Access Initiative. It's a not-for-profit organization that basically leverages on simple technology to make antiretroviral drugs more accessible to patients, especially those in rural areas who otherwise would not have access to their medication.
My idea is a device for pre-diabetes and diabetes. This idea came when I saw the pain diabetes and pre-diabetes go through to test for their blood glucose level. So I was inspired to come up with a device.
It is really exciting to be with you here today. I've read about all of you and the businesses that you're in. I remember the time when Mr. Masiyiwa put the message out on Facebook, and I was like, who's really going to do this? And then I hear that it was over 4,800.
Kwese, go-getters. Interesting. I've been following Mr. Strive Masiyiwa for like 2.5 years now on his popular Facebook. You know, he has more than 3 million people on his social media page.
I follow Mr. Strive on Facebook, so I think I saw the day he put it up, I think it was about 2 a.m. and I saw it, I'm like, I'm going to go for this.
I heard about the Kwese Go-Getters competition from Mr. Masiyiwa's Facebook page.
I heard about it on Facebook through Strive Masiyiwa's page, and I went straight onto the link and started with the quizzes.
He's used to depict in his post. So he got my attention and I became a fan. I was just waiting for the next post to just comment, to read, to go and apply that in the real life.
When I found out I was a finalist, I was so excited. I was just jumping in my room because it was like a dream come true.
I got a phone call. I remember I looked at the number, it was a strange number, and I thought, who's calling me? And I almost didn't answer it. Then I said, well, if it's somebody that I owe, I'll just tell them I don't have the money.
When I saw the email, I think I dropped a tear. Because, I mean, I did not believe that out of so many applicants, I expected to be thousands of applicants. I did not believe that it would be that I could make it into the finals.
I got a mail. You know, I really don't read mails from some kind of mails, but something. I just felt like, okay, let me see what is here. And then I saw from Kwese at Kwese.com. Like, wow, I couldn't even remember, you know, putting in for this.
The first person I told were my children, the first people that I told. I told my children, but even then, the impact really hadn't set in.
I shared with my mom and dad, who were very supportive. Actually, to be here today, I had to leave my dad in the hospital so that I could make it.
My family, they are very supportive, and they've given me a warning not to come to Ghana without the money.
Go-getters, let's do it! Wow!
We are here in beautiful Nairobi at the Nairobi Garage Business Hub, where the 12 finalists are taking part in a number of workshops to help them perfect their pitches to Mr. Strive Masiyiwa and a panel of judges.
If you
don't have a vision, you have nothing to communicate, right? Now, when it comes to communication, I think, and we'll maybe touch on this a bit later, for me, there are two things to it. When you're talking to me as whoever I am, you're trying to tell me your vision, there is an art to it and a science to it. Okay.
You guys are onto something and you're solving big needs in Africa. So just in the back of your mind when you're trying to doubt yourself, remember, 50,000 to 10 of you. That is nothing easy. That you're 10 of the people who are chosen from 50,000. That should give you the pride and confidence and boldness to say, I deserve to be here.
How will digital impact agriculture? How will digital impact jobs, right? When you think about the company that holds the most data, I'd say is Google. Google knows you inside out. If you have the Gmail app in your phone, today Gmail can suggest a response for the email that you receive, right? How do they know that? How do they know what I'm going to say? Yeah? It's because of big data.
But this 3 minutes is for you to captivate them and for them to really be engaged in what you're doing and really be excited about what you're doing. So think about authenticity and then the moral imagination. Have you walked the shoes of your customers' problems?
Actually, the expectation was high when we are coming this morning because for me, I wanted to hear something new. I've been a little bit in the entrepreneurship ecosystem for a while, so I was looking for something very specific.
I didn't think it was going to be this intense, for one, and I've learned a lot from the sessions. I mean, basically the skills that I've learned today are skills that will equip me for the rest of my life.
My pitch was perfect, but when I came here, the short aside is done, and I have to go and rework again, and then do some practice, because now I understand how to do a proper pitch.
Okay, the one-on-one session was actually a lot more in-depth, because you now had to sit down and tell our issues about your business that you may not necessarily talk about with every other person in there. So because these are really issues that you need to address, especially before a judge could ask you that kind of question.
It was quite exciting for me. I mean, just hearing our name, Growth Africa. Our passion is to grow Africa through enterprise. And so meeting these young people who have this big vision for what they want to do in Africa and clearly articulating the problems that Africa faces and the opportunities that Africa has was quite interesting for me. And just seeing the passion that they have to what they're doing and the impact that they're going to create. So for me, giving my time to be a mentor is something that's non-negotiable. I've been mentored to get to where I am. And so I live to see an Africa that is grown through entrepreneurship. So it was exciting to spend time with this young group of people. The key thing is that they're solving an actual need. There's an actual problem they're solving, and that problem, someone is willing to pay money for that problem to go away. So I would want them to take the fact that they've actually identified something that's so crucial and something that's so important, and they can make money out of it, and that they can articulate themselves as the next pioneers of Africa.
For our business to grow or to prepare itself for the future, we need to acknowledge and understand the impact of digital revolutions or digital inventions. Technology will not kill your business. It will simply... So I was taking the finalists through their paces on digital communication and how to leverage technology for personal and business success. So going forward, I'd expect them to be more vocal on digital platforms, position themselves within the press and the digital media effectively to raise their profile, whether they win or not. This should count as a victory for each and every one of them. When you think about it, technology connects people. We are getting more and more interconnected. And as the technology does its part or the infrastructure does its part, the businesses need to catch up with what are we doing with this technology. So how is technology going to impact agriculture is how businesses within the tech space are going to deliver agricultural goods and services to farmers both in urban and rural areas. So in terms of impact, I do feel that what we shared today will have an impact, if not immediately, then in the long term, simply because the sessions from today opened the eyes of the finalists to see new media and digital media in a new way. So that if your customers do not have access to the internet, you can still reach them through word of mouth that's been fueled by the internet. My message to young people is that they shouldn't be afraid to dream. Chance is when opportunity meets preparedness. So you need to be prepared for when the opportunity knocks on your door. Simply because Kwese will be doing this not just this year but for the years to come. Are you prepared? Are you taking advantage of the opportunity? And are you not afraid to dream?
I'm getting more attention to Peter. I'm seeing that guy from Kenya. I think he has some good idea on his brain, and I think he's going to do well.
Peter Wachira seems very focused. Ezine is also another one. Those two are going to give me a sleepless night today.
I think this Congolese guy, his story touches me inside because I know a lot of things about Congo. And then this Kenyan guy also, I think it's going to give me a ride of mind because what is presenting is a very useful product.
Coming into Kenya, I was actually really worried about Ivy Barley. That was mostly because of the number of votes she had accumulated during the voting session. It was heart-wrenching, like I'm about to die. But we come in here and you get to listen to everybody, you get to know their strengths, know their weaknesses, and you find out how best can I capitalize on this person's weakness and this person's strength to improve on myself.
And the class we just had on digital, I've been able to see how I can also work more on leverage on digital technology to also ensure that I bring cost effectiveness into my marketing strategies. I think for me that's what I've been able to gain so far.
Advanced marketing stuff, I think also it helped me a lot because even though I've been in the marketing of business in the digital space, but I didn't have a lot of knowledge about how it can be conducted, how to put a content out there.
I definitely have to up my game, and I also really need to work on being clear on what it is that I'll be presenting, because with competitors like that, you cannot just stand in front of people and start waffling and saying things that don't make sense. I really, really, really need to focus and polish up my act.
Of course, the strategy. I'm going to keep that to my sleeve. I'm going to keep that. It's going to be a bombshell. By God's grace, I'm hoping that I'm not leaving Nairobi until I get the $100,000. That's what I came for.
Now, it's been an action-packed day one here at the Nairobi Garage Business Hub. The 12 finalists had a chance to learn how to perfect their pitches. They also had a chance to meet mentors drawn from different sectors. And at the end of the day, they learned how to position their businesses on the digital platforms. On day two, we get to find out if the 12 finalists have put into good use what they have learned so far in order to deliver effective pitches for their businesses. Remember, there is so much at stake as two entrepreneurs will walk away with $100,000 each as the winners of the Kwese Go-Getters Entrepreneurs Competition. Next on the Kwese Go-Getters Competition.
Is this product not available anywhere else?
It's scary. I'm expecting a lot.
May the best person win.
Just because it's a good product doesn't mean people are going to buy it.
And the winner is...